Hi, everyone. Today I want to talk about anger. And I just want to mention that anger is possibly the worst emotion you can have. A lot of us have a lot of anger. Why? Because of injustice. And when did the injustice begin? When we were little children. When we were little children, something was amiss in our home. Most parents are very unaware. And they don't know how to raise children properly. Yeah, they read books. They remember what their parents did. Because children are resilient, parents get away with a lot of mistakes. But despite the child's resilience, the reactions the child had to injustice, I'm going to get back to injustice in just a moment, but the reactions that the child had to the injustice become the basis of a lifetime of dysfunction, physical, mental, emotional, relational. And so I just want to focus on the child can perceive injustice. You know, you have 2 or 3 kids at the table, and one kid gets more French fries than the others. Then the other one says, hey, that's unfair. Children see it. They see it at school. They see it everywhere. But at home, what are some examples of injustice at home? Just the mere fact that the parent doesn't have patience, that the parent gets angry, that the parent is preoccupied with things, and those are injustice. Perfect justice for a child would be a parent who is wise, filled with love, which means they're patient, they have understanding, and they have wisdom. That would be perfect justice. But, so why is it unjust? Because a parent is supposed to be wise. They're supposed to be patient. They're supposed to have understanding. They're supposed to have love. They're supposed to have courage. They're supposed to protect the child from unwholesome environments, which is like a typical school. The typical daycare, the typical school setting is awful. That's the only way I can put it. It's awful. And there you have cruel and bossy teachers, and you have bullies, and you have all kinds of injustice, and you have a lot of terrible things, and the child is subject to pressure, peer pressure, group pressure, drug pressure, performance pressure, bully pressure, grade pressure, etc., etc. The child should not be the children are just little. They are little. They're not ready yet. It's bad enough. Look, when you go to work somewhere, how many of you have gone to work somewhere and the atmosphere is terrible? People are gossiping and backstabbing, and there's unfairness, and bosses playing favorites, and all kinds of stuff. Well, you don't want to stay there very long. You try to get out of there and find another job, don't you? So that's bad enough. You are an adult, a mature person. A little child is not ready to deal with it. So when the parents are fighting, there's more injustice. See, I'm just scratching the surface. When the parents are fighting, arguing, when there's a divorce, more injustice, etc., etc. And what is the primal response to injustice? Anger. The child perceives the injustice, perceives that it's wrong and that it's unfair, and the child gets angry. Now, it can't be helped. That's the natural reaction. But it causes problems. First of all, the problems to the body. A person who is angry all the time, it affects their heart, their pancreas, their stomach, their intestines, their nervous system, the blood levels. It affects everything. And long-term anger. See, it's like a long-term response to stress, an unnecessary stress. So, do you see now why parents have to do some soul searching? And where will the parents get this wisdom of which I speak? Where will they get this patience of which I speak? Well, it can only come from within and above. It can only come from God. You know, first of all, a lot of the books you read, the information is not right. Or some of it's right and some of it's wrong. But which is right and which is wrong? How are you going to know? You have to have it, your intuition. You have your common sense. And moreover, it's not perfect. It's some kind of knowledge that may have worked in a situation for somebody else at some other time in some other place. What you need now is something that's fresh and alive. That's just in time. That's inspired. See? That's what you need as a parent. And so I can only emphasize, look, so we're all broken. We've all come through, we survived childhood somehow. And here we are with issues, unfinished business, baggage from the past, health problems, see? And now probably in your current relationship, there are more issues piling up. And you have to have special wisdom and understanding to deal with the ones in the present, and then to look at the ones from your past and see where you messed up, and see where your parents messed up, and not hate them. See, that's also part of it. With wisdom comes patient love and understanding. You see your parents messed up. Okay, they messed up. But you don't hate them anymore. See, that's the other problem. Resentment sustains the anger. It sustains the unfinished business. It sustains the problems. And because resentment is wrong, hating your parents, having a grudge against them, being angry, still angry at them, because that's wrong, it makes you hide from awareness, hide from conscience, hide from that wisdom. See, the wisdom from above. That's what you need, like a light shining on you, so that you could deal with things with justice and with patience. And your children seeing that, okay, they see that you're not perfect, but they see that you're getting better. And when you mess up, you say, hey, I'm sorry I messed up. See, your children see that. So that's good. So that starts to mend things. But this wisdom from above, this knowledge, this patience, this love from above, what's the first thing it's going to show you? The first thing you're going to see is what you're doing wrong right now, which is resenting. See, resenting people, resenting this, resenting that, resenting your husband, resenting your wife. You're going to see that. And seeing it in the light of love, what is your response going to be? You know, it's got to be regret. See? You regret the way you are. You also see that you can't change yourself. You can't make yourself right, but you just see that you're wrong and you regret it. And then God fixes you. And he begins fixing you simply by showing you. You see the error, and you don't make that error anymore. You regret the errors that you made. He forgives you. Now you're off to a fresh start. And this time you're not hiding from the light anymore. You welcome it, even if it shows you to be wrong. You welcome it. And then you walk in the light. And you see, you may, let's say you're there, you're a parent, here comes your child. You're just about to become impatient, but you see it. It changes everything. Now you're not impatient anymore. See, it changes it. In the moment, it changes it. And each new moment, now you build a new future. See, and the errors from the past, yeah, they surface. And they'll show up in your kids, too. The problems that your kids have is the evidence of how you messed up. All right, so don't resent it. Don't resent your kids. There is hope for them, hope for you. Don't despair. See, that's another wrong response. What's the use? Blah, blah, blah. No. Just, and all these negative things that come to mind, just watch them. Stand back and watch them. And get the meditation that I have. Very important to use this meditation. You need help. So you get so bogged down in your problems, trying to solve your problems. You're rushing around all this information. See, no, start with something very simple. Very, very simple. Learn to sit quietly. Close your eyes. Look at the light on the inside of your eyelids. Little pixels of light, little patterns of light, delicate light. See that light. Watch it. And at the same time, become aware of your hand. So that you're aware of your hand and you're watching the light at the same time. That's the simple thing that begins your whole new life. You get out of those thoughts and those emotions that you fell into. And that's why they rule you now, and why they're ruining your health. You fell into them. You don't know how to get out. Struggling doesn't help. You have to get the meditation. It's free. It's at the website. It's totally free. It'll get you started. Then God will take over. See, He's the one. You have to find Him. Find that light from above, which you now know as conscience or as anxiety. Find it, live in it, seek it, and He will solve your problems. It may take a while because you got a lot of them. Okay? But each day you're a little better, and you see that you're a little better. You see that, and then you begin to see that some problems just vanish. They just go away. Other things become manageable. Some resurface. Some things will resurface to be looked at in the light. See, now everything is different. Now if you have the light, you have the light shining on things, so everything is different now. It's going to be a whole new ballgame with God in charge.